It's that time of year again when Empyrion Studios put out another big update. Okay, this isn't Alpha 11, it's 10.5, don't get too excited yet. But 10.5 is a sort of nice midway point, obviously, between 10 and 11, duh. But you know what I mean. It gets some new stuff, comes along, it's good, it breaks up the waiting for the next big stuff. So what does 10.5 actually include? Well, as always, I'll link to the patch notes down below. You can go and take a look yourselves, but I'm going to cover some highlights for you now. First of all, working our way down through the patch notes, they have done a lot of rework to the Invader versus Defender scenario. This is the sort of multiplayer scenario that comes with the game. Built by Empyrion, and I think with help of Rexus over on the HWS server as well. And they've created some very interesting looking playfields. You'll see an image of one here, which is called the Golden Phoenix, which has some treasure and things like that. So if you're running that scenario on your server, that might be worth a look. Or if you're just curious, fire it up in single player and have a waltz around. But like I said, it is a multiplayer scenario. Okay, one of the most exciting changes is the allowing to dock HVs to SVs now. So SVs can lift HVs and transport them around planets. Oh, Empyrion, why you do this? Why you do this, Empyrion? What? They've removed the ability to dock HVs to SVs. I don't understand. Empyrion giveth, Empyrion taketh away, and it's gone. So I spoke to the developers about this, why it was added, why it was taken away. I spoke to Talielan on Discord, and basically it wasn't supposed to be added in the first place. It's not actually complete yet. Yes, you can lift HVs with SVs, but you can't then dock that SV to a CV. And if you obviously undock the HV in space or anything like that, it just floats off into nothingness. So they're still working on the whole docking mechanic. And I kind of agree with them that well, it shouldn't have been in 10.5 to start with. Maybe they should have left it till 10.6 to a point where you can actually use HVs within the gravity sphere of a gravity generator in space. That would be nice. Or you're able to actually dock that SV then subsequently to a CV, which is kind of like the Russian doll effect. You've got a dock to a dock to a dock. So there was obviously some coding challenges there. Either way, I think they got a bit overexcited with being able to lift HVs with SVs, chucked it in the game and went, oh wait, actually that doesn't really work. Quick, take it out. Nobody will notice. Hey, Empyrion, we noticed. What are you doing? It's just, oh god, it never surprises you. It shouldn't surprise you anymore, to be honest. The view from planets has been updated and now looks absolutely fantastic. You might also notice while I'm flying through space here, I'm just flying through in God mode, but there's no fog. They've actually removed the space fog here in the playfields completely, which I think is brilliant because I actually hated that fog completely. Although I hope they haven't removed it completely, because I think actually some nebulous space playfields would be nice to have in a scenario, or at least nice to have the option. But for now, the fog is gone. They have also added a bunch of extra POIs, both on planet and in space. And some of these things look amazing. I'm really looking forward to actually trying them out in-game. Yes, your eyes are not deceiving you. That is Erestrum, Zircosium, Sathium, and a few other resources, all on a single asteroid, with a base built into it. These POIs, like I said, are looking pretty damn good. It also looks like a few pirate bases have actually made it into the game, although they're currently aligned to the Polaris faction. I'm hoping this is just laying the groundwork for an actual pirate faction to join the game and become the fourth faction. And it will be interesting to see whether we can earn reputation with the pirates, whether they're always just going to be bad guys or whatever. But these POIs are brilliant. I love it. They've got actual POIs built into the side of asteroids, and I'm hoping this is harvestable. Let's find out. Got a trusty debug drill here. Yep, I am getting a Erestrum ore from that. Fantastic. So actual voxel asteroids with bases built into them. I can't wait for this pirate faction to come along and these bases to actually be, well, I don't know, the staging ground of maybe spontaneous attacks in space by pirate forces. That is the only way into this one. This is exciting. I must say. I am very much looking forward to these being in the game in anger. Very cool. The Talon can now attack you as well as the Zirax, so if you really annoyed them or placed a base in a territory or a combination of the two, you'll see down in the control panel of your base here, base attack Talon as well as Zirax. You've got the overall probability, why, the attack difficulty that's expected, and when. We currently see with less than 1 day to expect a Talon attack on this base. However, at the time of recording this, it never came. So let me know in the comments if you guys are actually getting Talon attacks on your bases. For me at the moment that doesn't appear to be happening, but I'm sure there's a reason for it. For you builders out there, a new block has been added called the LCD projector. And this basically works like an LCD screen, except it, the text can exist off of the LCD screen. Let's take the Naginata here and add a projector to it, and I'll show you what I mean. If I place a projector here and then go into the text, I could say Naginata. Or actually, let's say for sale, and we're going to create a width of that 3. We're going to make the font size as big as possible. We're going to make the text color nice and bright, and we're going to raise the height. As you can see, that's now a floating for sale sign, but that's not all. Let's go back in. We can actually add icons to this if we want to. So we could actually say, alright, well, either side of the for sale sign here, I want a nice smiley face and a nice other smiley face on the other side, or a range of whatever. You've also got loads of other images, caution signs, things like that. This is amazing. I just can't wait to see what you guys come up with. It's going to be great. They did have emojis in here. I think they were just testing with them back in the previous experimental versions, but they seem to have removed that to this caution button now. And they've also got a bunch of instructions under the question mark here. Basically, it's similar to HTML or XML as it says there at the top. You can use various things like these to create bold or U for underline. They also do indent, height, sprites and things like that if you want to use sprites. So for example, if we use the size one here, or we type size equals 100, and then we close that off, size, and then we should have slightly bigger for sale. In fact, we can go to 200. There we go. There does appear to be a limit to text size, however, so we can move it left or right, obviously. But yeah, you can create these amazing holographic displays now for your ships or bases. I'd just like to see space stations with advertising floating over them in various ways, coupled with lighting and signal logic. I think the the possibilities here are pretty awesome. Also with these warning signs, engineering elevators, Federation. You guys are going to come up with some really cool stuff. I can just tell. This is pretty cool. Another big focus of this update is performance, and in particular dealing with multiplayer performance, which is really nice to see. A number of updates addressing how the playfield server handles loading playfields and dealing with those, and also changes that hopefully improve rubber banding and lag within multiplayer battles. In fact, the footage you're seeing here is 10.5 is a little battle between 3 people. There's the Gladiator, which hopefully you recognize from my previous series, the new Naginata retrofit, which is a gift to my patrons, and Miss Box's flown in with one of her new ships as well that I've never seen before, so that was a nice little surprise. But as you can see, frames are sort of bouncing around the mid-20s and stuff. There's a lot of turrets in play here. These ships are size class 11, 12 and 5 respectively, so we're looking at around about size class 28 combined on this playfield, all moving independently, all with turrets firing and engaging. This, I have to say, although it's not perfect, there is still rubber banding going on and sort of little lag spikes here and there. This is the best I've ever seen it. This is the best I've ever experienced it. This is hopefully a good sign of things to come, and a really good start on really smoothing out battles. Obviously this isn't the most extreme it can get to. This is a fairly evenly balanced battle. There's only 3 players going on in here. I think once you start getting up to the sort of 10 plus, well, even 5 plus players, I suspect things will start going back to that kind of 4 or 5 frames a second that we saw on my last Let's Play. But this is promising. I think this is one of the first times I've ever been able to use the fixed weapons on a CV to snipe turrets off of another CV and reliably hit them, and actually even bother to try, because before it was just enough to actually hit the enemy CV at all. To actually be able to snipe turrets off of it, that is a big difference. So well done, Elion, thank you very much for doing that. That looks really good. And of course, no big update like this is complete without a huge plethora of fixes, bug fixes and stuff like that. So yeah, it's all good. One other thing you might be interested, if you use a controller, there's a whole lot more controller support now. So yeah, that might be good for you. But other than that, it's fairly standard stuff. We've got this really weird pentaxid ore recipe in the constructor now, which I don't even know why, but there it is. And like I said, bug fixes for days, absolutely tons of them, which is great. All good stuff. So like I said, as always, I'll link down below to the official forums. You can check out the full patch notes in full at your leisure, but hopefully this has given you a flavor of the changes that are coming in 10.5, hopefully sometime next week, providing the experimental version goes absolutely fine and no major blockers are discovered. And we will see. Don't forget, guys, as well, my new Let's Play series on 10.5 starts hopefully a day or maybe 2 after the release of 10.5 into the public version. We're going Project Eden. I did a post on YouTube. You might not get it because it's a post. They're a bit funny. I think they only show up on mobile devices. But the idea is you guys get to decide. Oh, well, actually, let me rephrase that. You guys get to build and submit the blueprints that I have to use in that Let's Play. Now, my patrons and Twitch subs over on Discord get to choose which ones of those I have to use. And then at the end, I'll do a big showcase, few videos, or a big video of all the submissions. We'll go through them all, and I'll let you know which ones I would have chosen to play with instead. So it might be a really interesting Let's Play. It could be a lot of fun. So I hope you guys get involved in that. Thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed. Hope you found it useful, informative, and maybe even slightly entertaining. If you did, do consider hitting that like button. I will appreciate it forever and eternity. Thank you very much for watching. Until next time, take care. Bye-bye.